Sorry about that. I'm trying to get into Twitch's dashboard here, and it just keeps pulling up random frickin' things. We'll get started. We'll get started here. How's everybody doing? Let's see what we got here. Drake, Art, H.O., BP, Matthew, Wyatty. I don't know how to say that. Wyatty. How's everybody doing? Just making sure everything's looking legit over here on the streams. Make sure YouTube's looking good too. Professional YouTuber here. Joel, how's it going? Vision, how's it going? Kyle, welcome in. It's twitching out? What is it doing? Drake, thank you so much for the 5. LW Farms, how's it going? All right, everything looks good. Audio seems good. It's not too loud in my ears. I don't think the game audio is gonna be very good though. Finally gonna catch a live. They're fun. See, I got it fixed now. I don't think, yeah, because you guys can't even see the game anyways. All right, let's see, is this, yes. When I tab away, it stays on there now. All right, so what we're gonna do, might record a little bit of this. We'll see how that works out. To make a video on the second channel. Just gotta make sure I have enough hard drive space. And make sure we don't crash the computer by doing too many things. Thanks for hanging out. We'll get going here. We're gonna progress in Frankenmuth. I always say month. Frankenmuth. Scene. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, everything's looking good. Alright, now I gotta get chat back up. I'll get better at this, guys, the more I do these streams. Samuel, how's it going? Nick, how's it going? Watching them on a 120-inch screen. Gosh. That's insane. Robert Drake, how's it going? Morning? Where's it morning at? All right, we have February here. I'm trying to remember where I was on this. So it's been about a week since I've done any recording on this. So we're gonna get going. So we have. We're gonna skip that. So we have some barley growing here. It looks like we're on growth stage 3 of 8, and then we have over here some stumps that we're gonna have to remove because I think I want to put like a greenhouse and potentially a production here really soon. $165,000. We could do a lot with that, but I think the first thing we're gonna do is get it to March. I did update some mods. I don't know if I did on this. Last stream we were talking about Power Tools does allow you to pause time if you have it updated to the latest version. On this mod pack, I do not yet. I haven't updated that yet. Is that Australia? 11 a.m. in Australia? Dang. Jesse, how's it going? Power Panda Gaming, how's it going? Par Simulations. I'm curious to know how much you... If you don't mind me asking, how much does YouTube pay? They don't pay. Like if we get donations and stuff, and there's ad revenue, it's very, very minimal. Yeah, very minimal. All right, let's speed up time because I do not have a house. I guess we could do that. Like, what do we have in this pack? Oh, this thing. Oh man, don't worry about what that is. That's a foundation. That is a foundation for some roleplay. that technically can be a house. New to farming simulator, your videos help me learn. Oh, awesome, Kyle. Awesome. All right, so we just have super expensive houses, so we're just gonna. This one's only 35. I really don't want to put a house there, so we're just gonna deal with simulating time here. With just going by 365. Oh, 360 times. What do we got here? Let's get that out of the way. We don't want that in our field. So yeah, we'll need a stump grinder at some point. And we're gonna want to expand. There's another one out here. I'm a mess. Oh, there's gonna be so much in this field from when I was doing that other stream. Wow. 1 a.m. in Central Europe. Yeah, it's still late. It's late in Central Europe. We did do the Saturday morning stream, my time, which was really nice. I want to figure out if I can make that a regular thing or what time. Because I felt like that was nice because I'm on the East Coast, so it's like, or not East Coast, but Eastern time zone. And that allows us to, you know, get different time zones across the whole world into streams. There's another one right there. How do I grab this one though? I guess the other thing I could do is just kind of walk around with this, and once, do we have, yeah, I have Lumberjack enabled, so once it finds it, it should like lock onto it. It's not doing it though. It's not doing it though, so we'll figure that out when we get to the point where we're harvesting. Where are we at with the camera? I think I need to slide that over a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. There we go. Juan, how's it going? What's a good starting map? I mean, Riverbend Springs is a pretty good one. All the base game ones is what I would say. Vandy? Is that how you say that? Vandy Man? Cheers from Denver, Colorado. All right, so looking at the calendar, we know we have barley. So we're not gonna be able to harvest that until looks like June or July based on when we planted it, and it's been so long. So I think one of the priorities is gonna be doing some expansion today. I think we will buy some land and start prepping some fields and looking at what we can plant. We'll probably need a planter. I guess we could. Does sorghum work in a cedar? I've lost track now that they made that change. I wouldn't mind getting a nice soybean field going. I live where that... Oh, no way. There's a big pile up. I saw pictures of that. That looked nasty. All right, we are in May. Let's go ahead and or March. Let's slow down here. All right, so we still have 143 after paying all of our loans, and there's these skinny little fields. They don't connect to our property yet, and I was thinking about just going with 88,000. So maybe, how many acres is that? 7 acres. Yeah, I think that might be the call. What do we have in here right now? Nothing. Okay, what is the lime situation? Lime doesn't need to be done. Fertilizer's solid, so we just have to plant. I think that's what we do. So David, if you don't mind, we're gonna buy your field for $88,000. You need to have super strength on? Yeah, it was on right now. It was on. Now we can see in the daylight though. If I can find where that was. Yeah, let's just verify that we got it working right. Nope, 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 nope. Red. Nope, I want it red. Please make it red. Oh, now you're gonna be picky, huh? There we go. I work on a 150-acre farm as a mechanic. Nice. I played a mechanic in a YouTube series. It exposed me. I don't know anything about being a mechanic. That one didn't disappear. Yeah, it would be nice to have all the features on console that we have on PC. Okay, so we don't have a planter. And can we even plant this month anyways? I thought we were gonna have to prepare these fields. I just looked at this. So we gotta get to April. All right, so spending our time wisely on this playthrough. Money is important. We got some weeding contracts. We're gonna grab both of these. We're gonna do, we're gonna do some contracts here. We're gonna borrow items. And I think I am gonna just grab this one as well. And we'll have to remember which ones those were for. And we'll get going, just hanging out and chatting. I heard way better stuff on PC. Yeah, pretty much. Look at this beast of a weeder, though. Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's not even a farming simulator issue. That's just the way, the nature of the gaming industry is. The Sony and Microsoft don't allow scripts on the consoles, from what I understand. And I think that would also be something that Giants would have to initiate with the game. I don't know if we'd be able to do it as a mod. So field 27, I believe, is what we're going to with this one. And I don't drive well with tracks, so that'll be interesting. Let me know. I'm kind of farther away from the mic than I normally am. Trying that out to see if that's gonna work out, because I'm trying to get rid of some of the smacking of the lips and making it easier to edit and everything. So let me know if I'm too quiet. But we'll get going here with the contracts. And kind of, once we get rolling, I'm probably going to do a little, like, segment here, or a little, like, thing that goes in the recording. Yeah, let's just do that. Kind of doing, like, a recording live for you guys, so you can kind of see the process. So we're heading to field number 27 with this borrowed equipment here to do the contract. It should be pretty quick to do some weeding, and then we'll have to do the same on field 30 with a hoe. We have a weeder for this one. And a nice fence with the tracks that I struggle to drive. Yeah, and then I just forget what to say, so I edit it out. Like, you know what I mean? I forget to keep talking. BP, thank you. Is there a setup for PC where you can use a steering wheel? Yeah, it's like, I'm actually using the Moza trucking wheel. There's a lot, like the Logitech G29 is what I started with. It's a pretty budget-friendly steering wheel, and it works really good. Some of these other high-end ones with the force feedback works better. I had trouble with the... I don't think I ever got force feedback to work on the G29, and by force feedback, it's like when you turn the wheel in a real vehicle and you let go, the steering wheel straightens out. It'll do that, and it'll also fight you a little bit if you're going through bumps and fast on curbs. And I think I have my sensitivity a little too low right now on mine, now that I think about it. And you got to play around with the dead zones. I do have a video out there on how to set up the Moza steering wheel. Oh, I should have turned. It looks like there's a little side cut we could have gone, but I can't imagine this contract taking very long with this huge implement. Win Squad, love that you're doing lives, man, and excited about more of the Cattle Ranch series. Cattle Ranch, oh man, I finished recording. It comes out on Friday because I got to finish some editing and stuff, but we're gonna move a lot faster in Cattle Ranch, a lot faster. And some of the stuff I'm going to talk about is a little bit of the changes. I think I finally finalized what I want to do for the schedule of content long term. At least give it like a 3 to 6 months of being consistent, because I have not been consistent at all. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. Holy. Alright, so this implement here should make this job pretty easy if we actually lower it. Since this farmer freshly planted this field, we don't see any weeds in the ground, but we will just trust the process here and use the guided steering to make sure we're able to pull this off. And I think we're going to also abuse speed override a little bit and possibly set this at about 15 miles an hour. Might take off with those flaps. Man, this is crazy. Am I gonna watch? Yeah, I'll probably, like, one of the things that's kind of hilarious is I used to take off work to watch March Madness, and once I started working from home, for some reason my brain never translated that I can watch it in the background and not miss anything. And so I haven't watched in a few years, but I'm actually pretty excited this year to watch some college basketball. Need that on that one other series, the Own the Map series, the one in Monteith. It's actually not a bad idea. We got 27% done already. I think you meant the Own the Map series. Yeah. I got you. But yeah, so the thing I was talking about with the consistency and inconsistencies, not necessarily in how often I've been uploading, but the how often, the time, how long videos are, how much content we shove in a single video, and how quickly we're moving through series. For multiple reasons, I really have finally cranked in realistically to the analytics and kind of understand how certain types of videos perform on the channel, and want to kind of just trust this process that I've started and see how it goes. And I think it'll make my mindsets more positive when it comes to making videos and editing them and the whole process, as well as making it more consistent for you guys to know what to expect. And I think consistency is a big key thing to actually growing a community, and doing a lot more of these live streams is part of it. Hoping to do 2 to 3 a week, depending on what's going on in any given week in my life. That would be more or less. But yeah, tentatively looking at Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for that. And the Saturdays would be the ones that would be more hit or miss based on life stuff. So thank you, Nick. It go through hurdles or different like sequences of life and learning. And when I started doing this, it was, ooh, we got a little lag spike there. It was, you're kind of blind. You kind of, you've watched a bunch of other content creators that are teaching you how to be successful on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of people have seen those type of videos if you've tried to have a YouTube channel yourself. And you try to do all their advice, you try to learn things, and you really don't know much. And you learn over time, and at some point it flips from like, for me it flipped from trying to be a YouTuber to like, okay, at some point I have to act like a YouTuber and not just a hobbyist, because I want to do this as a full-time job long term, and sometimes I don't behave that way. Watching Farm Sim and playing Farm Sim, what a night. Billy Miller Gaming, thanks for the comments and jumping in. So yeah, that's kind of some of the struggles I've been going through, is figuring out how I want to balance life, YouTube, and be consistent with it, and actually take it a little more serious than I have, which is kind of mean to say to myself, because I have been taking it serious. It's at some point, and you might be able to see on the board behind me, it says it's a business, it's not personal. I was letting the comments get to me, some negative comments. We got, yeah, the Metallica comment. What was that? When I harvest, I crank Metallica. Depends on my mood. Sometimes it's a podcast, sometimes it's just music. I think I mentioned in a video or in a live stream, I do have my setup now to where I can listen to whatever I want while I'm playing and recording, and only the game audio and my mic actually gets picked up in the recording, so it's pretty sweet. I want you to be a profitable YouTuber. Oh, thanks, Matthew. It's by no means like if you talk about, like, we just did the 2-year anniversary stream. You talk about expectations then compared to now. We have blown away. This community has blown away my expectations of it. So at some point you reset, and your brain starts thinking about things a little different, and it's oh man, I try not to cuss on this channel, but it's a mind. I think you know what I'm saying there. I could honestly never sit through 2 to 3 hour video, but I always watch yours fully, and that's saying something. It's so entertaining. Keep up the good work. That's awesome, Floppy. I personally am the same way. I don't think I have. There's a college football. He does college basketball now. YouTuber Bordeaux, and his videos are like an hour to maybe an hour 15 on the long side. And his he holds my attention. It's a thing. And I've kind of finally, like, and I think I am gonna give credit to somebody that I haven't even talked to, but let me hear these read these comments first. Bordeaux is awesome. Like, honestly, Bordeaux is like controlling, in my opinion, the college football content scene. I really love the Supercut videos. I don't really watch them, but I do listen to them when I driving. See, that's something that's pretty cool. Okay, we're done with this contract. Let's go ahead and return this. Contract's all finished up. We're going to return the equipment by just completing the contract in here, saying collect. Another $10,000 for us. And now we got a little hoe to work with here for the next one. And we're gonna put on the front weight just in case, since it's giving it to us. We might need it. Yeah, but I think I said that, I might have said this in a video or a stream or just talking to someone, is I started noticing that the content on the videos was starting to feel similar to the vibe and the way I talk about things on streams, and I think the two were blending too much, and I think it was hurting the it was hurting the videos, I think, but based on the analytics, it seems like it was. So I actually watched Clutch's new, oh man, let's not talk about the upcoming storm tomorrow. I watched Clutch's new series, which he's doing amazing with, and it something just kind of clicked in me about getting back to the way the content was when I first started the original Cattle Ranch and Whiskey RP and the original Farm Rescue. Like, it's really, I think there are some bad habits, and I'm gonna rant about this a lot because I think I just need to get it off my chest. But there's some bad habits that I started to develop that at first I don't think the average person watching would have noticed the change, and those habits became more of the content than not being the contents. Like complaining about things. Like I want the complaining to be like once every 8 to 10 videos. Like, it can't be very often because I don't want that to be what this channel's known for. Hello? There we go. I don't know if anybody's able to do these type of contracts without just lower the front weight on the ground. Without guided steering, because I just did it again. How do you know where you're at? I guess the tire marks help. It's kind of just to close the loop on that was, I think, the video on Friday. So tomorrow's video is in Monteith. That one is the length that they're going to be moving forward, but not necessarily what I'm talking about right now. Is I recorded that a little before my epiphany, or my, waking up, I guess you could kind of say, to realizing exactly what I think's been missing in the content or what's been lost. But Friday's episode of Cattle Ranch, you'll definitely notice it in that. What other farming streams do you watch? Do I watch? I don't. Mostly because I don't have the time to, really, with how busy I've made myself with work and life and YouTube. So I don't. I've caught a few of Nate's and Brody's when he was streaming pretty regularly. I just haven't. And Driver, I've watched a few of Driver's, and I don't even know. Like, I would love to jump into some of Yosho's on Twitch. I know he does them on YouTube too, but yeah. So I just don't tend to I just don't tend to have time really for anything live stream. I used to watch Twitch like an hour a night before bed at least. I just don't right now. Chris for farming and I watch Bordeaux. Yeah, so like also tomorrow we're starting a rebuild in MLB The Show. The first video goes live. We are rebuilding the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels this year. And like I'm super like tempted to do some of the college basketball as well, but we'll see. We're gonna slow roll getting back into the sports channel and make sure it doesn't affect anything going on the farming channel. Yeah, this is more of a nice relaxed contract. It'll take a little bit of time. I saw the UP is going to have, the UP is going to have a winter storm. Yeah, so we're expected where I'm at from anywhere from 6 to 9, or it was 7 to 9 was last I heard, inches of snow tomorrow. And that sucks. We just like, I think 2 days ago was the first time I couldn't find any sign of ice or snow at home here. So it is what it is. We're almost through third winter and fake spring, and we'll get to real spring and it'll be beautiful out. What do you do well? Oh, I gotta turn around. Ooh, how am I gonna? I should have done more than one headland on here. We'll get caught up on comments here in a second. There we go. What you do well so you can get a closer cab tractor. Closed cab tractor? Oh, on Cattle Ranch. Is that what you're talking about, Robert? The hype those guys have, I'm down with. The hype what guys have. I got lost in the conversation. I'm trying to catch up. My favorite series I've streamed? Well, my favorite real spring for my area is mid to late April. That's about it for us too. My favorite series is it's probably Whiskey. It's probably Whiskey RP. Oh, so I can get one in real life? A real tractor in real life? That'd be sweet. Wife and I were just talking about that. I was actually just talking about that with Alex Moore. Last week, I think it was, about a tractor he's looking at buying in real life, and it's actually very similar to the one that I was interested in. But there's a couple home improvement things we're going to be doing this year that are going to delay any thought of a real life tractor for me. But we'll get there. And it's not even for like farming. Like eventually it'd be really cool. But there's so many just things around the property that I would love to have a tractor for. That's mine as well as damn Moonshiners. Who's those Moonshiners? I've been thinking about doing one of those series. I've been thinking about doing Ken's origin story. As an RP series. Oh, yeah. It was part of Cattle Ranch, then I think what you're mentioning. But yeah, I am thinking about doing the Ken origin story. And I'm thinking about using Alma, Missouri for it as well. I think that would be fun. And so if everything goes well, the rest of the week we will have a new episode of the Riverbend Springs Season 2 roleplay. I do want to close the loop on that while I'm working on prepping, and we're going to do some live stream prepping for Farm Rescue's origin story, which I'm excited about how we're going to do that. And we're going to prepare for the save file really and possibly have some feedback. We're gonna look on Google Earth for some real life farm inspiration, because we're gonna build probably about 4 or 5 custom farms. We're gonna build like a custom co-op, and then after that's done, we're gonna get that series started. Mesa, did I miss your other comment? First time catching you live. I enjoy your content. Sadly, I haven't had much time to watch. No worries. No worries. They're about to get good though. I found your channel on Riverbend Springs. I watched the entire first thing from episode 1. That's awesome. I got burnt out from the grind. I got burnt out from the launch of the game, and the second the game launched, I went a little too hard on making videos and had multiple vacations planned at the end of the year and the beginning of the year, and I tried to not miss any content, and so I was recording 2 weeks worth of videos a week for like 3 weeks in December and January. And that, I think we're finally over the mental fatigue that caused. Insane. Insane. I wish I wouldn't have got bored with Riverbend, because honestly, like, being completely transparent, I wish I wouldn't have switched it to a roleplay series. I wish I would have just kept doing the playthrough, but I was struggling for a little bit. Oh yeah, that last episode of $5 Million Challenge, you sounded so burnt down. Yeah, that was probably the peak of it. That was probably the peak of my, and honestly, it's some anxiety and issues that I have that I'm dealing with as well, that were going on. Try to shelter them from the content, but it comes out sometimes. Thank you, BP. It means a lot. And I know there's a good amount. There's a good community that we've built, and I was letting some of the others get to my spirits a little bit. It does, Robert. It does. And mine just comes out of nowhere too. And one of the things I'm trying to do is figure out the triggers lately and narrow them in. And one of the big reasons it says it's a business, not personal back there, is because of that. And every time I start taking things personal, I'm just turning around and reading it. It's a fun balance between playing a video game and enjoying it. But then also there's this side that I'm starting to learn that I need it to be about 50-50, is focusing on the business side of it, like researching thumbnail themes and styles that are starting to be trendy on YouTube, and title structures, and man, a whole bunch of stuff. I do have a Stanley. We all got him for Christmas 2 years ago. Man, there's so much to the YouTube side, like the analytics side and everything. And if you don't pay attention to it, and if you don't look at the right things, you can like confuse yourself on what's happening. So we'll figure it out, and you guys get to like live see the changes, so, and how it works out. The socks were falling down for that one. That is, don't let your own health down. We'll still be here. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the misconception that I've had was that if I did miss a week of uploads, that it would really hurt the channel. And when the channel was really small, because we're not a huge, right? We're a decent sized channel, but when the channel was really small, those breaks did hurt more than they do now. And just adjusting to that, being okay with like, oh, I got a vacation coming up, and I'd rather have all my energy for the vacation instead of using it all the week leading up to the vacation to get recordings going. And then I don't feel like I actually had a vacation, because then I'm just like recovering from overdoing work. So, I don't know. Thank you for letting me vent. I needed it. It's been an issue with me as well with work. It's hard not to take work personal and have a degree of separation. It takes work, and it's been a journey for me too. Thank you, Barry. Like, that's, yeah, and I have similar issues with taking my day job too personal as well. And, that thing that I'm trying to focus on there is like, I don't own the company. It's not my business. They pay me to do a job that they want me to do, so I got to do that job. We see and don't judge. There's some that do though, and those are the ones that I'm gonna do better at ignoring. I'm not gonna. There's some comments I probably want to go back and probably delete, where I started getting into little spats with people. I gotta do better at that. I just had my meds upped and it's been able to function, but now wifey is getting well. I should be better. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a tricky game because if you overdo it sometimes, or don't get the right thing for your chemistry, it doesn't have the effects it should have. Yeah. Been there. Ooh. And I notice I'm slouching a lot to try to stay in the camera. Oh, says don't let bad people bring you down. That is the plan. That is the plan. We had 94%. We're almost done with this. Bringing in a little cash after buying that property. So we're gonna have to look at planters. And I haven't added a lot of mods recently, so I'm not sure if there's any good ones that came out. I get bored with the base game stuff, even though I don't use all of it. Robert, welcome in. Get volunteer mods to go and delete or speak for you. Unless their criticism is constructive or helpful, screw them. And Hayes, it's tough to... The thing I'll say about that is sometimes the criticism is constructive, and balancing one person's comments and changing things because of that versus realizing that the majority don't feel that way. That's the part of the game that's tough to figure out. All right, so we have a fertilizer contract that you know, contracts are good and fun, and I'm kind of watching this to see. So where are we at here contract wise? Mission 16. I think there's an achievement that we want to get, so we're gonna get that eventually on this playthrough. Yeah, let's just go ahead and drive this to the store, and we're gonna get a planter and we're gonna get it prepped because we're gonna put some soybeans in this field here, so we can get another harvest this year. Wombat, how's it going? Man, Wombat's been around. Wombat, were you around prior to this channel? I feel like you were. I feel like you're originally from the Socks Way Up channel, but I could be wrong. Desert, how's it going? I have so much respect for your editing because people don't understand how 4 hours of gameplay on this game can turn into 10 minutes of a video, and that's crazy. I enjoy that process too. And one of the big things is like remembering sometimes. And one of the big changes that I've made is I've started to be a little bit more segment based in recording, and then edit that segment so I know how the video is tracking time-wise, and I think that's helping me a lot to make sure the pace of the video is better instead of sitting down and doing a 4 hour, or a lot of mine are 2 to 3 hour recording sessions, and then getting to the end of editing where you're like, I've already closed the loop on the, you know, on the video. I don't want to go back in and record again. So doing this whole like segment-based recording and editing is really helping. I came across you oh, it was Whiskey RP. Okay. I think so. Post this channel. Maybe, I can't remember. What day is today? Tiggs. People come to the channel because of your vision. While you want to be able to improve based on input, you don't want to lose sight of that vision. That is really well said. Thank you. That's a really good comment or statements. And I think there's like really weird thing happened with misunderstanding what was happening with the launch of the game and the increased viewership, and not expecting that to dive like it did, and having a fake expectation that all the people that were excited about the launch of the game checking out the channel, and instead of like mentally at the time saying we're not the channel for them, it was just like, I'm not good enough. Went on a lot. But I think we should move on to more positive stuff. Like, what planter do we want to buy here? And how in the world am I going to edit this down to be an actual video? All right, so we're going to hop in here. We have a $73,000 budget right now. And that, I haven't even seen the, I guess I haven't seen everything in here. And the ones we can afford are ones I've used in multiple series, which makes sense. But I think this is the one, I don't know. Between these two, which one should we go with? This is Frankenmuth, a Michigan map. I've always been curious about you coming up with SWU. It socks way up, and it's I wish YouTube showed how long you followed somebody. I wonder if I can see that on my end. No, I think that was something I could see on Twitch. Call of Duty was years ago. Find a cheaper mod, should we? I'm not gonna look at third-party sites, but I'll look in ModHub here. I don't want to risk. I've been having so much trouble with streaming software capturing the game correctly that I don't want to restart the game. There's nothing. Like, we have this one already. It's expensive. Man, mods have been slow to roll out, haven't they? Like, we don't want this thing, right? This doesn't get good views. Those roads are way too flat. I agree. That's been my biggest complaint with I follow him on Facebook. I think it might be Jake. Michigan Michigan. I should probably look it up. Oh no. BP, you can't use all caps on my. I have a setting that doesn't allow that. Hey man, I watch you on YouTube and not on TV, and my favorite channel. Have a great live stream. Gotta take care. Oh yeah. No worries, Robert. Thanks for dropping in. MP, how's it going? Play the game on PS5, and let me tell you, yeah, the mods, they gotta come out quicker. I saw a big rant by a modder complaining about some things. I won't use his name because I don't know how public all that is. But yeah, something. It's unfortunate. Keep up all the hard work and the grind. Much enjoyable. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, Call of Duty's a thing of the past for me. I'm not quick enough with the twitching movements anymore. Where are the potholes, man? Like, in our area right now, oh, it is so bad after the snow melts and all of the salt's been everywhere. All right, I think we're gonna go with Porsche. I think that's how you say that. I'm terrible with reading. I think we talked about that last time. So 70's all we have. We allowed a lease on this series? I don't remember the rule. I think we are allowed a lease on this series. We don't need to buy that yet. We've got one field to plant. The recent change to YouTube behind the scenes. Yeah, I have opinions about that. I don't think that is... It could. I don't think that has anything to do... No, this doesn't take fertilizer, and we don't need fertilizer anyways. I don't think that has anything to do with the decreased viewership on my channel. I think there's a list of things that I could have done better in the last 3 months that could have done better. I wish farming, as a farm mechanic, I could just hit a button and it would repair. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, Matthew, I like to stick to the rules I set per playthrough, though. If that's what you're talking about with, like, we're allowed to lease. Oh, I think that was the Baker's Man AI song. I think it has to do with the creator program for music and videos. Oh yeah, I don't use that. I don't know why anybody would. I mean, financing, not leasing. Oh yeah, we've over financed at this point though. We have over financed. I always watch your videos ×2 speeds. It's so weird to hear your voice at regular cadence. What's even funnier about it is the amount of pauses in my thought process while I talk that gets cut out of the videos. So I think the first time I did a live stream, there's a couple people that were like, man, this is such a different vibe than your videos, because the videos move quick. It's like laid back and quick is the vibe I've always wanted to go with, is relaxed but moves fast. And then like watching a live stream back versus watching one of my videos back, I noticed it big time. Yeah, Baker's Man, the AI song was hilarious. I don't think people understood the humor that I found in it as, I don't know. And then I did do a little bit of a rant about being a musician, that you can see the guitars, and how I have a love-hate relationship with everything about AI, and it's insane. I spend more time doing mods than ever actually playing. Yeah, and I was starting to build a map, and I was starting to work on some custom houses and some custom buildings, and I realized that I'm never gonna play Farming Simulator if I decide to be a modder, because it does take some time. Craziest machine I've ever used was in real life. That's sweet. Those things look huge. I think I'm just gonna do a voiceover for this video. I've been actually debating that for a couple different things. All right, we're gonna get this prepped, and then I'm gonna grab... We need a pressure washer, my goodness. The UTB, which I don't even remember what that stands for. I apologize. We're gonna move the forage wagon out of the way. Haven't hit a single street sign. Who's really driving the tractor? Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, was most of that happens because I was rushing so much during that time, and that's got to stop. There's no enjoyment in rushing. Oh yeah, we gotta get to April. The problem with the AI music is there's a little bit of an unknown on the copyright and how that works, especially with the one I was using. Yeah, BP, I need to fix that setting. I don't care if people do all caps for things. It doesn't bother me. I just keep forgetting to shut that off in Stream Elements. So it still seems to be a little confusing on if Suno, I think is what it was that I was using, actually does own the copyright of the songs, or if because they say that as long as you as long as you're paying for the service, you can use them, but nothing is really like protecting us from if they decide later on that they want to infringe on their copyright and take the revenue from it. So that's why that video went on the other channel, because the channel is not monetized, even though I did put it in an actual video for Baker's Man, which was kind of interested to see what would happen with that. Parker the Pug, how's it going? I don't know, like, anybody in Twitch? I wish I could figure out a way to let you guys see the YouTube comments, so it's not super confusing who I'm talking to. But I don't know if I want to put that on the screen. People could say so many weird things that could cause me to get in trouble. That's why I don't put chat on the live stream, like on the screen. I'm doing pretty good, Parker. Samuel, how's it going? Flight medic. The weather reminds me of Oklahoma. It was 80 today, in the 80s today, and it will be 50s tomorrow. Yeah, we're expecting about a little over a half foot of snow tomorrow. And we had about a week and a half that was really nice. Yeah, we had a good week and a half here. But I think the high today was 38 here. Yeah. Hey, Stream Elements. Stream Elements is in the chat. We are waiting for the sun to rise because I don't have a house yet, and then we're going to get planting some soybeans once we have some good light here. And I was kind of hoping to be aggressive and get farther into like harvest, but I don't think we'll get that far. I did find a app that I'm using that combines the chats for me. So if someone does chat on Twitch, I can see it in here and be able to respond to it. Last stream we did have some chatter going on that I kept missing on that side, so getting a little better at it. All right, so we got us lined up here. We're able to plant on our new field we just purchased. And is it planting? It's lowered. It's not on though. I swear it was on. I know I hit the button. So socks way up. Socks way up. There is a basketball player by the name of Elliot Perry, who played for the Suns and a couple other teams in the NBA, who wore socks up to his knees. He was one of my favorite players, and I loved long socks when I played basketball because of him. I thought he looked so cool. And you'll have to, I don't know how often I want to go into this one. There's another side of that story that's not the nicest thing to a certain person. So I kind of don't bring that up, but it was kind of making fun of somebody as well. But socks way up is just wearing my socks to my knees, and like I don't have them with me, but I have pictures of me playing basketball that way. And it's ridiculous enough and unique enough to where I thought it worked. I hated it at first. I've grown to love it. I've grown to realize it's mine, and it was one of the best. It was one of the best names that I came up with while I was starting this journey, and it was Twitch that I first went live on. But it was that name stuck, and I don't hate it as much as I used to. I like FSSWU way better than Socks Way Up. It would be cool if you did like a gold mining RP. I don't enjoy it, so it wouldn't come out well. I personally feel like collecting dirt and putting it into production and then making a ridiculous amount of money is the most boring thing in the world. If the mods were better, I think it might be cool, but it's just, you guys wouldn't enjoy it if I made a series like that. And there's 3 videos out there from early on. Memphis State. I thought it meant it sucked the way up to get famous on YouTube. Palette Sim 25, yeah. It gets great views. It's actually like one of the analytics tools that I'm using right now definitely shows it as one of the trending things right now in the farming sim genre. And it's also one of those things where it's like, yeah, I could try it and do it. And then if it doesn't do well, oh, Elliot Perry went to Memphis State? That's right, he did. Man. Okay. I tried doing landscaping RP, it drives me nuts. Kyle, that has to be on the right map, and you gotta have the right, honestly, if Terraform, a series with someone who's good with Terraform and FS22, or if that comes to FS25, a landscaping series has been something that's always been on my backlog. I just haven't done it yet. LW Farms, no problem. No requirements from me. No requirements at all. It is crazy how these processes in this game go a lot faster when you are talking to people and reading comments and stuff. I think I want to slow the cruise control down so that when we turn around like that, it's not as fast. I talked about this last stream. I don't use the pedals a ton because I end up getting back issues with my setup. So I do a lot of cruise control. And I haven't been able to figure out why my reverse pedal, if I set it up with an actual gearbox or whatever they're called, and I could actually put it in reverse and use the gas pedal when I go backwards. But when I hold down the brake to go backwards, the tractors don't react, so I switch to keyboard all the time. I just haven't spent time to adjust the sensitivity on that. Does that mean more live streams? Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, it's the plan as of right now. I'm hoping to do 2 to 3 a week. Yep. Oh, good. Just bots show up on Twitch. Can I ever ban that? I think I can. Yep. Nice. Nice. My brain just stopped working there for a second. Forgot to talk. It sucked the way up. That's so funny. I'm trying to remember some of the other names. A lot of them were like, and I honestly do regret not just using my actual name or something closer to it, and not doing the farming sim SWU. And that's actually been something I've been really debating, is kind of following what Happy/Brody did and what Buck did recently and rebranding. But I don't know exactly if I want to do that yet. I want to make it a little more me focused. Streamer brain. Let's see, I worked today. I snuck in a little recording earlier, a little editing. I think I fell asleep at 3 a.m. last night. I think the brain's ready to be done. Socks way gone. Socks way gone. It's not even Whiskey Wednesday, it's just Tuesday. And Whiskey Wednesday was something we did on Twitch, and we have, when I was affiliated over there, we had one of our little badges or icons, whatever they're called, the emojis, was a little whiskey tumbler with my logo on it. Tequila Tuesday. That's funny. I do work from home. Yep. I've worked from home since early April 2020. We worked remotely before the lockdowns. Our company decided to go aggressive with it, and we all, in management at the time there, we all took it as an opportunity to prove that we could do it full time and long term. And the company, after all was said and done with COVID, we don't even, like, majority of our employees aren't even in Arizona anymore. Like, I used to live in Arizona at the time and moved out here because of the flexibility of remote. It's been nice. Tequila Tuesday. But what about Thursday then? What's Thursday? I wonder if some of the issues on... I gotta look back and watch the Twitch VOD. It says unstable over there. How's the quality of the stream on YouTube? It looks green to me. Better be Taco Tuesday. Thor's med. Thor's Mead Thursday? Pretty solid, nice. Is there a noticeable difference in a stream versus a video? Because I think I stream at 1080p and the videos are at 2K. Thirsty Thursday, that works. And Sober Saturday? So backwards, so backwards. Last day on Earth? What 3 meals are you eating? Let me think about that for a second. Hey FSSWU, love watching your supercuts during work and new to Farm Sim. So some of it helps figure out. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that does. I'm glad it helps you figure it out. It was unintentional. I think it was unintentional for it to be as, like, the content to be as educational as it was, and then I felt like I kind of stumbled upon a way to, and I've wondered if I should title things a little differently to give a how-to vibe, but for the most part I do try to just show the how-tos without showing the how-tos, or without saying that that's what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Sassy Saturday. Could be. That's funny. Last day on Earth, what are the 3 meals? Well, steak's number 1. Steak, potatoes. A burrito from Chipotle. It would be white rice, pinto beans, steak, the green medium salsa, sour cream and cheese, and lettuce. Don't mind her, LOL. Sassy. I like it. It's a bit noticeable. It seems slightly cleaner, but not to the point that it matters. It seems cleaner on stream. Okay, so you're saying the jump from 10K to 4K, or from 1080p to 4K is more noticeable than to 2K. I've also thought about, recording in 2K and rendering in 1080p, because it still seems a little bit more crisp from what I've seen. The third meal would be pizza. It would be pizza. Those would be my 3 meals. I'd be interested to hear other people's 3 meals. What is this over here? Got a little 1. Thirsty Thursday for sure. Did you ever find the more realistic mod? No. Was that 22 or 25? S-Face Sunday. Haze. Yeah, from Tequila Tuesday to Whiskey Wednesday to Thirsty Thursday. Yes, you're gonna be a little run down by Sunday. Steak potatoes loaded and broccoli. I have to be in a certain mood to be able to stomach broccoli. For sure. I could get a time lapse out of this right here. Like we have, I don't know, I'm not even looking at how many people are in here, but what is everyone's opinions on time lapses in the videos? Pretend Friend, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Love him. Don't mind them. I just like I think the thing that I really would like to figure out, like from a large number of people that watch gaming content that has time lapses, and like what is the sweet spot? Like Joseph's comment is exactly what I'm thinking. Like what is the sweet spot? Is it 15 seconds? Is it 30 seconds? Is 45 okay? A minute? I feel like sometimes the music, if the music's upbeat enough or in the right tempo, a minute time lapse doesn't feel like a minute. Yeah. Love the time lapse can run and grab a drink. That's hilarious. 1 to 2 minutes. They are useful and add energy if not overdone. Yeah, I've had a lot of debates with other guys about like if they do good and what the analytics show. I've never seen the analytics chart show a huge dip when there's a time lapse. $30 seconds. It's kind of funny though, because like the skipping, I don't know if does YouTube allow, like give you a does it have some AI involved now that's like skip to the next part where he's talking again? Because that actually, I think that would be awesome. I think I started the job at normal speed and processing into a time lapse up a minute or so. I think it's important to show different jobs each video, and time lapse allows that. All right, Ben, I like that. I dig that. More than about 30 seconds, I start skipping forward. Yep. I do the same though. I try to mix up the music too. And I try to also have the music help with the vibe. I would say a minute max, then maybe add an occasional break, commentary out. That's, I try to do 30 seconds, talk for a little bit, and then 30 seconds. And I think that would be a good formula. I'll skip forward, but if you hear you speaking out, that makes sense. This turns into real slow NASCAR. It's like NASCAR without Rex. Oh, we missed a little spot. I'll have to get that. So I think when I realized I wasn't just... Oh, we're almost out of seed. Are we going to get by? I think we'll be fine. Maybe. I think when I realized that I was really digging the process of how Farming Simulator works and how farming in real life works was when I noticed that I was more interested in Daggerwind's talking segments more than the time lapses. When I first started watching, it was the other way around. Sometimes I would skip when he's talking to get time lapses because I was so interested in just watching the game and watching those parts of it, not driving around, not, you know, hooking up an implement and filling up seed like that. Those parts I'm like, I don't really care at first, and then as I got more into the game, it kind of flipped and switched to like what he's actually talking about. That's how I discovered this game, or that was the first YouTuber I discovered after I discovered the game, I guess is the fair way to say that. Funny as can be when your workers interrupt your time lapses. I do like those. I think it's funny. I won't lie, if a video creator is mellow, I like to fall asleep to them. I get a lot of that. I do get a lot of that. I'd watch NASCAR if it had a T-Rex. 51 liters. I think we're good. NASCAR without Rex unless a Farmer Cop vid. I haven't watched enough Farmer Cops to get the reference. Like some NASCAR races, it's like I get really annoyed when there's a late caution, but it makes the ending better, and I feel like they do it on purpose. Like some of the races when you're like 20 laps to go and the leader's up by 12 seconds and second place is only gaining like a tenth a lap. It's just like, okay, why am I even watching? Unless there's a wreck, this race is over. But there's been some good finishes. I didn't watch this week, last week's. It was the first one I missed this year. I will not lie, I love a good nap in the middle of a race. FC uses keyboard only. I'm like the first probably 60 videos were keyboard only on this channel. Let's check the map. Let's see how we're looking here. So we got 2 fields now. And this one, we have a weeder to do weeds? I think we do. Yeah, we got to get the weeds taken care of. Because I don't know, I didn't check what that state was, if it was plowed or not. His nickname is Crash Cop. I think a lot of us get that reputation. Was getting a lot of funny comments about all of the signs and bad driving in Riverbend Springs. That was fun. Oh, that's leased. Let's return that. And return. All right, before we get the weeding going, I'm gonna take a quick little break. Oh, I didn't do the be right back screen, but we'll do that. I will be right back. I would not recommend anyone to do hard economy on this game. Unless you get to the point where you know you're going to be putting in hundreds of hours and you're okay with progressing slow, I would not do hard economy on this game. 90% of my playthroughs are on easy because in my opinion. This game's hard enough as is. It's a game. It's not real life. NASCAR radio is actually pretty entertaining. Years ago, when I had, I think it was Sirius or XM at the time, and I would listen to them while I was driving, and those announcers were awesome. I did that in a Rags to Riches RP, people helping out, bring a neighborly, and a regular one. I got land. Our economy wants those 2 production chains because people will get jealous. Huh. They aren't road signs, they're targets. I like that. Honestly, some of my favorite. Oh, yeah, I read that. Kind of funny. You started watching your '60s live today, and you were talking about NASCAR on there. Was that with Happy? With the Happy and Grumpy logo on it? It was Brody Farms, who's taking a little break from YouTube, enjoying his college life right now. Talked to him the other day. He said he was traveling the country a lot, following the Iowa State basketball team around, going to a lot of games. Thought that was awesome. Tiggs, I think I got the gist of it. Moose, how's it going? Time to start supper. Tiggs, thanks for hanging out. How is the built-in courseplay versus actually that'd be a pretty good video to see the timing and how much more efficient courseplay is than AI. I think the big problem that I see with the built-in with the new feature in base game, and I this is something that I do have faith will get better the longer it is base game, is when there's curves in a corner and they decide to do a line and then a really short dash and then go straight again, the setup time that those tractors do there is just way too long, and that's what I think causes it to take forever for you to get an AI worker to do anything. Where courseplay is a little bit better at bending the curves than the in-game feature. Farmable. Funny you say that. Take a look at, well, on Friday you'll see, pretty sure, that exact same sawmill. It's a little OP. It's a little OP, and I didn't realize how OP it was, but it does make an appearance on the channel. I'm trying to remember. I'm in the wrong mod pack, otherwise I would show you guys a little sneak peek. Almost intelligent. Yeah. Do you recruit watchers to do co-op? No, I stay away from, especially on content. There may be a day where we do a members or a channel subscribers server. I think when I settle into this new schedule and get things rolling a little bit better on the sports channel, I think at that point I probably will revisit that again. I don't have an engagement with a server company right now. If anybody has a Pocket Host one for me, I'm not getting any kickback from that. I don't want to say anything bad about them, but it was a really strange engagement, and I 100% regret it. I will say that. How well does force feedback work? I just found an option on the home screen. It'll be interesting if it works for you. I do have a video out there for 22 showing the changes I made in the Moza pit house, or what is it called? I forget what it's called. In their actual settings, there where I had to turn things on in there to actually get it to work in game. I forget the feature's called because I think I made that video almost a year ago now, but it's deep into the channel. I guess on my channel, if you can do that, just search for Moza and you can find it. And I do have a setup video on how to do it with Farming Simulator 22, and I did the same thing with 25. I'm so glad that the real speed limit mod finally came out for PC. I converted that day one when the game was out myself. It was like, converting script mods is like one change to a 1XML file. At least the ones that I messed with. And I say that because I don't remember the last time I did 2 jobs like this. Actually, I think we've done 4 things now without using... No, we use speed override on the contracts. I think Clutch and DJ both use that too, don't they? And I thought for the longest time there was some weird amazingness with that mod when you turn it on and you open this up and it says suggested speed, and then someone told me that that's just in kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So I would always use that as like, oh, it suggests it to DJ go faster. That's awesome. Like, this just feels better to me going 13 here instead of 7. It just feels better. DJ go faster. Yeah, that's way better. It's way better. No lifting, turning around, driving in my neighbor's field, being a jerk. Is that something that bothers people when they watch it? Like not stopping in my field and turning around with a 7-point turn? I gotta say, you have a good, reliable source. Reliable source in any joy how you play. What's that? Thank you, one. Free waiting? I read wedding at first. Do 30. I think this one tops out at 24. Thank you so much. I will try. We talked a lot early on about some of the struggles of YouTube and how I've been managing that. Did I hear you have a sports channel? I do. It's called SWU Sports Network. It's actually at SWU Sports Network, one word. You can just search for it that way. Along Pittsburgh Pirates playthrough that I stopped about 7 months ago, posted a couple. I think I just unlisted them. I did a couple college football ones that I never finished, so I unlisted them because I'm trying to do better about that when I kill a series off and don't finish it, especially if it's only like 3 episodes. So let's just unlist those videos. But I am. Oh, did you find the link? I can put one in here in a second. But yeah, we're doing a rebuild of the Los Angeles Angels this year. I'm hoping to do 2 MLB rebuilds in this cycle of MLB The Show. SWU Sports Network. YouTube. I go to my own channel. There we go. Yeah, we'll drop it in there. Have I tried Gold Mine Sim? No. I looked at, are you talking about the actual game? I looked at that like last week, actually, I think. MLB is a lot different. I see some, like I haven't seen a ton, like gameplay wise, it feels exact same to me. There's some small differences, at least with the settings that I play on. Thank you. That's awesome. That video comes out tomorrow. I think I set it for like 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. And then there'll be another one on Friday, and that'll probably be the regular schedule on that channel is Wednesday, Friday. I'm giving myself Sundays right now are my sports channel recording and editing. So Billy, I've noticed with, I saw some clips about free agency and how different that looks. I think that's a good change from what I saw. I can't wait to actually experience it. I think some of the other stuff, the gameplay stuff, I don't think really affects me because I play with the classic settings. So I don't use the little eye thing. I don't even know what it's called, the indicator when batting. I just do buttons. I don't even do the directional one. I just do the timing because I like to play in a way that the ratings of the players are more important than my skill base, and I simulate 95% of the games, so the players' skill sets is more important than my skill set. Is the way I play. Mr. Hurricane's my inspiration for that channel. It's the upgrades to the perks and equipment and how they upgrades to your players. So that would only affect in Road to the Show though, right? And there's that actually something you can apply to players in franchise mode? Because I only really play franchise. But that's kind of cool to see or hear. Munchies, how's it going? Doing some weeding here. We bought this field, planted some soybeans. We might lease a stump grinder next and take care so we can figure out what production's gonna go over there. Or a greenhouse or something very soon. Yeah, Road to the Show. That seems like that might be starting to head down a similar path of 2K. Which I started getting back into. I gotta limit the games I play, man. Played a lot of college football in the last few months. And I still suck at it. Terrible. I throw like 4 interceptions a game no matter what difficulty I play on. Go Red Sox. I'm a big time Yankee hater, so I can get behind that comment. The two teams, just the Yankees and the Dodgers, I personally think Major League Baseball would be better off without both of them. I really do. I don't know how many people say that, but I really do think that. Same with the Lakers. I think NBA would be better off without the Lakers. First-person camera for fielding is insane. I saw a little bit of that because you can do that in player lock. I'll have to try it out. I don't like the button smashing idea to make a throw accurate. I shouldn't have to do a combination of buttons to make a throw accurate. I just think that's silly. I don't have a problem with the Cubs because I grew up with that being the only baseball team I could watch until the Diamondbacks were created. And they're not like, they're not as aggressive financially as the Yankees are. The Yankees and Dodgers, well, especially the way the Dodgers are spending money right now and the way they're able to like cheat the payroll and salary cap and everything, it's just a joke. Like, you should not be able to pay Johan the type of money that they're paying him. Or whatever his name is. You shouldn't be able to pay him the type of money they're paying him and it not actually affect the payroll. Like, it's insane. The Doyers. The Dodgies. Hate and vomit over the Steelers. As a Cardinals fan, I hate the Steelers. My mom's family's from the Pittsburgh area, so they're huge Steeler fans. Hate the Steelers, though. They beat us in the Super Bowl. But a lot of my opinions come from being an Arizona sports fan, so, you know, the most fair weather city for sports in the nation. Is that a word you use in the U.S., or is it... Oh, which word? Doyers? Dodgers? Dodgies? No, I don't know that word. Dodgies? Dodgy? Am I just like I'm not Englishing very well. That's why I hate the Giants. Hats fan. Oh, those Giants, the New York Giants. Yeah, but they're like, they got lucky 2 years because their defense was really good, but they're not a threat to anybody right now. Like, long term, they're not. They're not a threat. I'm married into a Packers family, so that's my number 2 team. And I live 2 hours from Lambeau Field. A little under, actually. Probably about an hour and 50 to get there. Oh, it means sus. Yeah, dodgy. Yeah. Okay. Go Birds? Is that an Eagles? An Eagles reference? Unfortunate. I mean, they handle the business. They handled the business in the Super Bowls. I was just hoping to have like 2 really fresh teams in the Super Bowl this year, and it didn't happen. I was glad the Chiefs didn't win another one, though. We got, yeah, married to a Niners fan in a Niners family. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Jets family. You don't ever have to worry about like them winning though with the Jets. It's just like the Cardinals. We don't ever like. We'll get a good year every 10 to 15 seasons. We'll get a really good year. Go San Fran. Nah. Arizona blood can't agree with that statement. Nice, another job done. Get out of our neighbor's corn, or what is this? I've done so bad at recognizing crops at this stage. Potatoes. It's definitely not corn. I knew that. It's just the first word that came to my head. Jets do have a loyal fan base, though. I got a good friend that's a Jets fan, and it's so sad. Like, both of our teams always suck. The in-laws full Italian makes it worse. Italian Jets fans, yeah. They're passionate, aren't they? My husband hates the Vikings, so we're a split household. My husband loves the Vikings, so you're a split household. That makes sense. Been a Broncos fan since '72. Hated the Redskins until the Mahomes Chiefs. Hated the Raiders, and then you hate. I'm making things up now as I read. Pack all the way. Go Pack, go. Go Pack Go. That is an amazing stadium. That is an amazing area there in Green Bay. I am in Delta County, Michigan, Upper Peninsula. No Pack, no. I gotta remember what people said their team was. Billy, who's your team? I don't think you said. Don't want to say too much. I could end with a horse head. I laugh, but I don't know if you're being honest, Steelers. Is that a thing? Like, do Steeler fans not like the Packers? I mean, I dislike the Steelers, but it's a freaking well-run team. All right, this thing's close. Like, do we just get and start harvesting this so we can move faster in this series? I don't know if we can actually. Is it really? Oh, June. Yeah, we're gonna skip some more time. My team usually chokes close to the playoffs, but at least they beat the Cardinals and the Niners this year. Who's your team? Derm? Or Dermoose? Dermoustache? Dermoustache? My college team. Oh, they did beat the Steelers, got beat by the Packers. Was that recent? Is that the Rodgers Super Bowl? Or is that like Super Bowl 2 or 3 or something? So when I was really young, it was Penn State because there's a joke in my family. My grandfather played for Clarion University, but my mom would tell people when she was young that he played for Penn State. And, 09, okay. And so I liked Penn State because of that, and they were good at the time. And then it was U of A because I was going against the grain in town because I lived in the valley and Tempe is closer to us, so everyone was an ASU fan. And U of A was really good at basketball. But as like an adult, it's definitely ASU. It's been Arizona State, so it was really sweet to see them succeed as much as they can. 09 was the Rodgers era? I cannot believe he's that old. Gosh, that's crazy. So yeah, it's become an ASU. I think they overachieved this year, ASU did, and it's kind of exciting to see the future of them in the next couple years with Levitt. Sad that Scadaboo was a senior, but Levitt and some of those receivers are pretty solid, pretty nice. What time is it? Actually don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. We might just end soon because I'm actually starting to feel not getting much sleep last night. Penn State and Texas. And then I was a big Duke fan because I played basketball in high school and I thought I was gonna. Oh, we have to make money. We got to do contracts. I got to slow in May. Otherwise, we don't even have options. I got so much stuff financed. It was such a mistake to finance this stuff. We might have to sell some wood chips. Walter shakes fist. Oh, that is Walter. What's he doing here? I just don't want to buy the fertilizer. Ohio State could leave college football. Penn State and Texas. Yeah, so Duke because I thought I was going to play at Duke when I was little. That's where I wanted to play if I, you know, ended up being a top prospect in college basketball. It was Duke and U of A. I were like the two teams where I'm like, I want to play for those schools. Fertilized 100%. Growth stage 2. Perfect. Over here we should be on what, like 7? Yeah, so June is when we'll be able to harvest those. But if we look at the finances, 21,000. So we have enough. We do have enough that we could get to June and do the harvest. Yeah, maybe we will do that. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna speed up. Well. Oh, this is great money for a stream. Yeah, absolutely. We can go wrap some bales for a decent amount of money. That was like half of our... That's like all that we need for the month. Absolutely. I'm looking at chat and trying to back up keyboard and mouse right now. I am homeless. We are homeless on this playthrough. I need to install some mods because I just have the base game houses right now. Go Bucks. I always get confused, like, there's so many Buck teams. Yeah, we overfinance big time. Overfinance big time. But yeah, 25 grand, we can't pass that up on just wrapping some bales. So where are we going? It's gonna be a ton of bales. Not too far. Amatana? Steelers gonna have old diva. Oh my goodness. Okay, in high school, I had a full scholarship to Texas Tech. Oh, that's sweet. But got the love career-ending injuries. But got to love career-ending. That's too bad, Kyle. I broke my shooting finger my senior year in high school. Well, I pretty much fractured it. I didn't actually break it, but my index finger, I caught on a guy's pair of shorts going up to block him on a layup, and I remember my finger touching like back on my arm. Oh, let me move the cam, like on my arm, and that like messed up my whole senior year. It's such a sissy injury too. Oh, look at how these bales are lined up too. That's insane. We're gonna have to buy wrap. Those one-off bales are gonna suck to do. That's hilarious. Snapped your humorous. Oh. Throwing a... Oh my goodness, by throwing a baseball? Didn't warm up, threw it too hard? Last game of my senior season, dislocated and oh. Like, let's do this strategically. We're gonna go as far away as possible and work our way back. One of my favorite additions to this game is the extra contract options that they have, like this one. They pulled your scholarship. That is so, like, that's so messed up. Just was turning a double play in practice and it snapped. Oh my goodness. No contact at all? Crazy. Like, how does that even happen? Wait a minute, 4%, we've done 3 bales? Oh my goodness, there's so many bales out here. Still at 4%? Oh, is there 100 bales? We're gonna be here a minute. We're earning that money. Now you're a farm mechanic, so it all worked out. Farmer Jay, how's it going? Wow. This is crazy contract. Are these bell wrappers like accurate to real life? How long they take to wrap? I always wondered that. Wrong button. Okay, just finished the live. Nice, nice. How'd it go? Pretty close. I know there was one of those like fast wrapping ones that was pretty sweet as a mod, but not realistic. Went good. Went good. Think not many. The brace I had to wear was interesting. It was a rod across the forearm and a rod part of my arm. And a 5-pound. Oh, interesting. I done that same contract the other day. It took around 35 minutes. Oh, perfect, because that'll be a perfect time to end the stream after that. I've been watching so many of your videos. Thank you, Joseph. Which series right now? Now, is this one of those contracts that you do have to wrap all of them? Like, you won't get to 100% with, like, 3 left, I would imagine. Man, this chat thing, streamer bot I'm using, is so sweet. So when somebody first comes in and it's their first message, or it says first words of the given stream, it has it highlighted differently, so I know to greet people. Such good technology out there. From what I've seen, all of them, yeah, it makes sense. Just finished the 5 and 5, but loving them all. Thank you. I'm thinking about doing a very much edited down supercut of all 5 and 5, the whole 5 series, and re-releasing that to leverage some existing content for a supercut. But I don't want to necessarily do the 13, 15-hour supercuts because I don't think they perform very well. Yeah, there's a lot of bales out here. I'm gonna get these 2 here next. Crazy. We might do a Silver Run series, and I'll probably do it when the hype's gone from it. I couldn't fit it in the schedule right now, and that's a lot. Especially for me, like doing the logging stuff is so much effort because I don't enjoy it. I enjoy like 10 minutes of it at a time, and then I want to just farm. Yeah, actually, Colt, the first video on my sports channel comes out tomorrow on MLB The Show. Is it called 26? Joe, how's it going? Yeah, the forestry stuff, and I actually have I forget the name of them, but there is a good comment from someone that does it in real life. Basically, like, doubling down on my belief that I already kind of knew, that it's way easier in real life, which is so funny to say, but all of the forestry equipment is way easier to use in real life than it is on this game. And because it looks like, if you watch someone who's good at the forestry work, it looks enjoyable, and then you go start doing it, and like, man, I just don't have the patience for the amount of practice it would take to get good at it. Just not for me. Yeah, I guess it is called 25. It should be called 25. I don't know. SWU Sports Network. We put it in the chat earlier. Let me do that again. Still saved there to just copy and paste. So yeah, that'll come out. We're gonna do Tuesday and Wednesday episodes on that side. I might. Oh no. Oh, there we go. I might start streaming some like off-season stuff on that side, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the videos perform after taking a 7-month absence from that channel. But yeah, I was talking earlier, I'm dedicating 1 day a week to that channel, so whatever I get done on that day is what will go live the next week. Riley, I honestly don't know how to answer that question, because I don't know how all of them upload. If I wasn't doing YouTube content, I personally would not download any mods from third-party sites, and for the longest time on this channel, the only third-party mods that I had were from Nate or Brody, and then I finally caved and started downloading them myself. Like there was some scams going on last year from, I think it was FSSWU.net, where people were uploading mods that actually had some malicious scripts in them, some Lewis scripts. So King's mod seems to be pretty safe, but I just don't know. It's, if you have a virus scanner, I don't know if those things catch all of that. And I don't know if I haven't really paid attention, but if they do have like a rating system where people are reviewing the mods, and there's a lot of people that have given it like a certain amount of stars, that would be an indicator that it is a legitimate one. I like to search for, I don't know, I say to be careful, but I'm not careful. I think I'm playing a UK playthrough. I love the big American farming, but have enjoyed Comston Farm. What is that even called now? It's not called that anymore, right? I've thought about it. I don't know how well it would perform on my channel. Like Baker's Man was probably a terrible name for a series, and it didn't do well at all. Thanks for the stream. Glad I caught it tonight. Probably gonna sign off. Well, thanks for hanging it. Thanks for oh man, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. King's mod is taking mods without the modder saying so, and Giants are looking interesting. Like, how are they getting them? Like that's always, it's been my question, is are they going to everyone's Patreons and paying the Patreon to then go put them publicly? And why would Giants be looking? It's a big can of worms for me, because it's like, why are they looking into something that Giants is completely against people monetizing anyways? AI scans the internet. So where are they getting them from? Their GitHubs? Like, they're uploading them somewhere that's not safe away from AI. I don't know. I'm gonna shut the cam off for a second though. Yeah, and I think one of the things that, and part of the rants that we talked about earlier, that I don't know how many people were here for that are still here, but I was talking about how my content was feeling a little different, and one of the things that I was complaining about mods, and it came across that I was complaining about the modder, and I didn't mean it that way. There's specifically a mod that was in Mod Hub where everything that I know about giants was was broken, because it didn't have all of the information that mods should have to get through testing. And so my complaint was that Giants is letting mods that are incomplete mods on Mod Hub. There's mods that don't work on Mod Hub, even though they have this insane testing process. And for example, No Creek Farms, current Ray County, failed testing because you can fly past the border, even though you can fly past the border on all of Giants maps. So it's some weird things going on right now that make me a little concerned about the longevity of this series of Farming Simulator. Man, the plan right now, Tyler, is Sunday for that to come back. I haven't started recording. That is my to-do for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, is to work on recording that and putting in a really good effort into that. And we're going to move through a lot more time, and it'll be a lot longer video than the first few uploads from that season have been of the roleplay style. Dang, 3 a.m. Yeah, get to bed, Kyle. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, this is... How many more rows of this do we have? We have 2? Oh, they're smaller, though. Okay. Yeah, we're making it. We're getting there. Oh, man. I think that's part of that storyline is right behind my head, and it's being blocked by my head, I think. Do you know that if you use a roller after you mow the grass, that you get 1 level of fertilizer stay back, so it's fully fertilized? Don't you lose a growth state, though? So it takes longer for it to grow? Enhance. The no good cousin, yeah. That no good cousin, oh. Guys, it gets good. Gets good. You don't lose a growth stage? Didn't you used to? I thought you lost a growth stage. If you roll it right after mowing. Okay. I actually find rolling to be kind of like therapeutic, but I don't do it very often in the game. That's why I did use it in the series that I did, because the change of the terrain and the way it looks, just, I love. Yeah, Wombat, I think the thing that the balance I'm trying to find and what works well on my channel is how often to progress the storyline and how often to leave it in the background, because I feel like there's a balance of role-playing that you're a farmer that's farming versus constantly moving the storyline, and that the videos are only about the storyline, and then you kind of lose sight of the actual farming. And that's kind of a balance I'm trying to strike and find that I hit really well with whiskey, in my opinion, but I'm struggling to get back to that mindset for whatever reason. I've been doing this for all of my grass fields for about a month now and saved a ton on fertilizer. I wish there was a little more of a bonus. Like, so there's also a 2.5% yield bonus for rolling. Yeah, there's a couple things in the top of mind for upcoming series around the whiskey empire. And I think we got a lot of time. We got a lot of time with FS25 to get to all that stuff. I miss the farm rescues. I really miss the farm rescue series. The first farm rescue series was so much fun for me because I had no clue. Like, I had no clue if I was going to be successful, and I had, from the day I started recording that, I had no clue if I could pull off what I wanted to pull off in it, and we did. But I was gonna fail if we didn't, and I wasn't gonna like cheat to make us actually successful. And it didn't happen, but it would have been interesting. First time I ever downloaded a mod outside of Mod Hub, it was the liquor mod you used. That's awesome. That is awesome. There will be a there will be my own mod this time around though. If and when we get to actual whiskey. What about splitting longer videos, half play through, half RP? That's kind of, it's kind of what whiskey was. Robert, thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. But I don't think there was like a time limit to it. Did our playlist just end? Oh, it did. Start it over. Yeah, they just don't do as well. Like, Nate's channel is 100% RP, and it does well on his channel. It doesn't do well on mine. It doesn't do as well. Like, there's the ones that love it. The ones that love it are the ones that love it, and then it doesn't bring in a ton when it's I should say when it is 100% RP based. An example of that is the 3rd season of Farm Rescue. It didn't do well, and adding in the AI voices I think was a problem. Aaron, my day's going great. How's yours? Just don't buy any more stolen tractors. This is fun though. So that started as a way to prolong the series, because I felt like I wanted Whiskey RP to last longer, but it was like we already were making whiskey. We were there, and it was just like rinse and repeat at this point. And so I wanted a way to reset the series, because I felt like we moved fast, and then it snowballed in my head into an actual storyline. I would love to say from day one Ken was supposed to be the bad guy. I would love to, but it wasn't the case until late in the series. I was thinking about Isaac for that too, but Isaac kind of disappeared, so. Storytelling's fun for me. I like it. I've thought about the idea of a channel that is kind of like a time-lapse channel, but the commentary is a story that has nothing to do with what you're watching. It is just a beginning to end of a story per video. Things that I would do and try if I was full-time. Love the Farm Rescue and whiskey. Man, Farm Rescue just, it's been on top of mine lately too. I watched a little bit of season 2, mostly because I didn't want to re-download Alma and some stuff from FS22 and like look at it. So I wanted to kind of remember what it was like, because I did jump into it in 25. Can't find the brewery anymore on Mod Hub. The brewery was never on Mod Hub. I don't believe Giants will allow alcohol mods on Mod Hub, but I could be wrong about that. No Man's Land is not coming back to FS25, the last I heard. Riverbed Springs series this time around was okay. However, I think Grandpa tossing you out took too long to happen. It happened about 16 months earlier. I agree, and I had no intentions on doing that early on. I agree though. Yeah, No Man's Land being done is sad to me, because I personally think it's the best map on FS that I've ever played. And it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for some rando to convert it and put it on those random sites. All right, we're close. We're close. We're close. I haven't seen anything that I would actually say is similar to No Man's Land. The same style of map, yeah, but the same quality. There's something about the terrain. There's something about the trees, the rocks. There's just something about No Man's Land that just makes it better. What were they doing bailing in these people's property? Did they cut their lawn for him? I'm glad I saw those. We would have been looking for them forever. It wouldn't be the same without Alien Jim making it. The only way it would be the same is if it was convertible. I haven't looked into that at all to know how the map conversions work. I know the road systems are so different from 22 to 25. For the better, in my opinion. That is one huge upgrade in Giants Editor, is the decals and how the roads are actually decals and not separate objects. Or they're still a separate objects, but they you know, link to the terrain no matter what the height of the terrain is. Do you have other social media? I've been trying to get the Instagram game going and the TikTok game going and the Facebook page, and if I ever get good at that, if you ever see that being posted regularly, it's probably because I hired someone to help me with it. I've done 3 attempts to like say I'm going to start regularly posting on Instagram. I'm going to regularly post on the Facebook page because I do have a Socks Way Up Facebook gaming page. And then I did good. Gosh, this was like way pre-Farming Sim. I was on TikTok doing decent, growing on TikTok when I was posting some Minecraft stuff. That is such a hard market to get into, the Minecraft one. It's insane. I tried Comland and the map just isn't finished. Yeah, I mean, I don't like talking bad about Giants, but that is my biggest complaint right now, is to allow maps to get onto Mod Hub that don't have repair facilities, that don't have icons for where stores are. They are clearly unfinished, and they allowed them to pass testing, where the things I'm hearing in the background and seeing on comments on Patreons and stuff is the same treatment doesn't seem to be going around the board. So I don't know. It seems strange to me. I was shocked at the fact that there's no repair place in Comlands and it got through. I guess the only thing, like, not having a store, not being able to sell wood is strange. Because Comlands does not have a wood sales place, I don't believe. And for that to be a wilderness map without a wood sales place is strange. One rule for one and another. It's what it seems like, but it's totally speculation, and I have no evidence of that. Is there a Landini? There is. I haven't gotten super deep into the non-John Deere and Case tractors. Where would that be? Yeah, there's this one here that is used a lot for working on vines because of how skinny it is. I don't know. I guess we could go in this way if that's the only one or not. Yeah, it's the only one. What we need is mods that improve the AI driving on the road and the amounts of times I have been T-boned. I think the biggest, simplest win would be if they would build in a way for them to respect stop signs. And if they just acted like normal vehicles at stop signs and stoplights, I think it would be fine. Oh, we're using a... I didn't even look at this. What is this thing? T Japan W. It's a borrowed one from a contract. I didn't even... I don't even know what tractor that is. I never... All right, it says 92% or 91%, and I only see 5 more bales, 6 more bales. Uh-oh. It's a rice farm tractor? Nice. Iseki? Is that how you say that? Iseki? Did we, like, let me drive over by this house and see if they did this lawn too. Nope, not one back there. I totally switched to keyboard mouse right now. The thing I like is pulling a little far out in the road and swerving around me. Different direction. Yeah, the fact, like, so they did do some upgrades. That's fair. Like, they can pass you now, and they couldn't do that before. A couple or 3 bales between the houses. I thought I got 2 of them, maybe on the other side of this other house. Let's get these ones, and then we'll go hunting for them. The mod to blow traffic off the road with the horn would be fun. Yeah, this one contract will pay a little bit more than our $21,000 it costs us per month to pay our bills. All right, so this is gonna there's gonna be 2 missing then. Because I got those 2. Oh, it says 99% now. Oh, it is finished. Okay, we got them all. That was weird. 25 grand for that. Beautiful. All right, throat is dry. We gotta go. We gotta go. 123 people here. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Insane night. I'm like 85% sure we'll be back on. Oh, my head is not blocking. My head is not blocking. That'll be probably the first third of the video on Sunday. We got to finish planting in Riverbend Springs. It's actually the next thing I'm recording. I'll be editing this and probably doing the harvest of the barley in a video that's going to come out hopefully Thursday on the More SWU channel. The More Farming Sim SWU. That's probably what I should just called it, More SWU, and then not just done farming. Taking notes. You gotta try tram lines mod. Seems unnecessary for those smaller maps, but it's a really cool idea. Yeah, it's something you see in real life, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually start adding into the game. Like me adding it into the game. I get asked about cover crops a lot. I guess I need to do more like research and learn how those things work in real life to know how to pull them off in Farming Simulator, because I don't even know if they give you the benefit they give you in real life in the game. All right, thank you everybody. I'll see you next time. Like 65% sure we'll be back on Thursday. I'm not 100% sure yet. Peace.